Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is me, Calliope's89, and I am literally obsessed with the Deltarune. Okay, so I have been an Undertale fan ever since I was a small, young lad, and I was obsessed with Undertale. I knew everything about Undertale. I would think about Undertale every single day for years and years and years. And then Deltarune came out and I became obsessed with Deltarune and obsessed. Like, that is how I felt for years. And then the new chapters came out a few days ago or whenever, like last week or something. I don't know. It came out and my life changed. So, I am currently obsessed with the Knight. And also, this is going to have a ton of spoilers, so if you have not seen Deltarune chapters 3 and 4, click off this video, because it's going to have a ton of spoilers. And also, it's not going to be a professional video, it's just going to be like me talking, because I have a ton of notes. Like, I wrote like, I don't know, maybe like 2,000 words about this, and it's all like messed up, like it's in like the wrong order and stuff, but I wrote so much about it, and I'm just going to like talk about it, because I have insane theories. But I have to admit, I did get a lot of these theories came from like other people's doing theories, and then I like came up with my own ideas and stuff and like mixed it all together and stuff. I'm just going to be talking about what I believe and like who I believe the Knight is, the Roaring Knight, because I am obsessed with the Roaring Knight. Ever since the end of chapter 3, they are like my favorite character now, so we are going to talk about them, because yeah. So, I know the current theories are like, one, either Des is the Knight, or Carol, Des's mother, is the Knight. And I personally think that Carol being the Knight would be such, like, I wouldn't like it. I think it would be boring. I think it wouldn't be fun, and I think it would just make things a lot less interesting if Carol was the Knight. I know there's heaps of evidence towards it, but I personally think Des is the Knight. I'm going to look at my notes. So I think I'm going to start by talking about the Knight's appearance. So, we saw Des's silhouette in chapter 3 when Tenna was talking about, you know, his backstory. I think his backstory is so sad. Like, I'm not going to go into that right now. I wanted to make like a video about that, but I got lazy, and I'm probably going to get lazy with this one. But anyways, we saw a silhouette of Des, and notably, she had, like, regular, normal antlers like Noelle. But, the Knight has, like, spiky antlers. And it has to be one of them, because antlers, duh. It has to be one of the holidays. But Carol has the spiky antlers, so that's the thing towards Carol being the Knight. But I think that the Knight has a very surreal, like otherworldly design, and of course it's not going to look anything like a regular monster. But that's another reason why I think it's Des, because Des, I have this whole theory. I'm going to go into it soon. I'm just going to talk about the actually, no, I'll go into it now, because I think the other stuff will tie into the other stuff. So, Des there's these, like, lines in the code of Deltarune, chapters 1 and 2 and stuff, that we don't actually know if it is Des, but I personally think it's Des, and a lot of other people think it's Des. I'm going to read them out, because I have them in my notes. Also, I don't know if I'm going to make visuals for this video. I don't know what I'm going to do. So if I don't have anything on the screen for proof, I'm sorry, but you can just look this up, all right? So I think Des has something similar going on with her disappearance and everything, to Gaster, because he is like, he has the holes in his hands, right? So does the Knight. And I'll go into the hands, but soon I'm going to talk about the code. So chapter 1, it's like, where am I? Hello, anyone? Is anybody out there? Someone, anyone, can anyone hear me? It's dark. It's so dark here. Someone, anyone, if you can hear me, say something, please. Okay, we don't know if that's Des, but it seems like Des to me, because she's missing. Like, we don't know where she is. Or she's the Knight. But anyways, sorry if none of this makes sense, by the way. I might sound completely insane when I, like, listen to all this again. But Anyways, just hear me out. So the hidden code from chapter 2 is like a continuation of that. It's like, no one can hear me, can they? I guess not. To be honest, I'm not even sure if I can hear myself. It's so quiet here. And yet sometimes, I swear I hear something like scratching. And I don't know what that scratching thing's about. I haven't made a theory for that. I haven't heard any theories for that. So I don't know what that's all about. But I think that is Des. I think what happened to Gaster in Undertale has happened to Des. And that's why the knight's design looks so weird. And that's why there's holes in the knight's hand. And let me talk about those holes. Because, 1 second. I'm trying to read my notes. Okay, so I'm just going to say that I haven't actually fully played chapters 3 and 4 yet, because I'm bad at games, sorry. But I have watched heaps of gameplay. I've watched all of the gameplay, okay. I know what I'm talking about, I think. I don't know. I'm not a professional. I'm not Matt Pat, but just hear me out. So when you, type in, there's, this gotcha thing, this machine that you can type in a code, 1225. That is 1225. The 25th of December. So, December. And then you get transported to this secret room. And, wait, I don't know if I was meant to talk about that yet. But anyways, so it says, you can use, a gacha machine in the secret room. And I can't remember if it's playing the Lost Girl theme in the background, but I think it is. I'm not sure. But anyways, sorry if I'm wrong, but anyways, you can use a gacha machine in the secret room that says this. You used the machine, the capsule came out. Inside was something hard like lacquer. I can't pronounce that. I don't know what that is. Anyway, but it was a small, dark triangle. You tried to take it, but it slipped through your hand, and you couldn't find it anymore. You couldn't find your hand. Doesn't that line up with the holes in the hands? And I've heard, theories that, the dark triangle is Des's guitar pick, because Des is musical genius, she has her guitar, and then the code to the bunker 1225, I'm pretty sure, is inside of Des's guitar, and the knight is in the bunker. Okay, so I don't know if I said this already, but some people theorize that triangle thingy is the guitar pick, Des's guitar pick, and then it's the hand thingy, and then if you defeat the knight, I'm pretty sure you get a shadow crystal, and in the light world, the shadow crystal becomes glass, and then when you inspect it, it says, you looked through the glass for some strange reason, for just a brief moment, you thought that you saw through your hand. Again, with the hands. This can't be a coincidence, or maybe it can, I don't know, but I think that it just relates Des, Gaster, and the knight all together, and that's why the knight has such a weird design. Because if Carol was the knight, why would she look so normal in the light world? If she had a dark world form, how Kris is just blue and a little bit has that outfit, and then Rousey's a darkness, so I can't really say anything about Rousey. Then there's Noelle, a little bit of change, outfit and stuff. Then Susie, a little bit different colours, outfit stuff. It's not as a significant and crazy of a change than the knight's design, because the knight looks so strange. Why would Carol look like that in the dark world and not Susie or Kris or Noelle or Birdley or anyone? I just don't get it. So that's why I think Des is the knight and not Carol. And also, I'm going to say, anyways, more about the knight's design. At first, they hold up what looks like a bat, and I'll get to the bat in a minute, but then it looks like it becomes a sword, and that can either be a katana like Carol has, or it could just be a sword, or it could be symbolizing that, Carol is Des's mother, and, the bat, Des, I'm pretty sure, plays baseball, and she has a bat. She chased Kris with a bat or whatever. Bats. And so with the bats, I believe that the two songs, Raise Up Your Bat and Don't Forget, have to do with Des and the Knight. It's just really clear by the lyrics. I don't want to sing, but I'll start with Don't Forget, So, Don't Forget has, like, a female vocalist, and that, it can just be for no reason, but also Des is a girl, so that could also be why that song has a girl singing. And it's like, when the light is running low and the shadows start to grow and the places that you know seem like fantasy, I'll just say, when the light is running low and the shadows start to grow, that is when the dark world, like, comes to life, you know, like how Rousey talked about, and also the night creating dark fountains, and there's a light inside your soul. When they were chasing the night, or whatever happened in chapter 4, it went all dark, and Kris literally had to use the light inside of their soul that's still shining in the cold with the truth, the promise in our hearts. I'll get to the promise thing, because at the end of chapter 4, the person on the phone was talking about the promise with Kris and whatever. I don't know who that is. I don't know if it's Carol. I don't know if this is not. I don't know who on the phone that is. I'll get to that in a moment. I'll just finish this. Don't forget, I'm with you in the dark. I think that has to do with the night, being with them in the dark world, and also the night hiding in, like, the closets or whatever that they fit in the light world, of whatever's going on with that. I need more apple juice. I don't have any more, but I'm getting dehydrated. But anyways, I have to go on. What have I written here? But anyways, what was I talking about? Anyways, so the Raise Up Your Bat has, like, the theme of, like, I didn't even notice this, but it has this theme of, like, Lost Girl or whatever in the thing, and Tenor talks about how it's, like, a song that Des would like, or Des would listen to, or whatever. I'm pretty sure, unless I just made that up. I don't know. But anyways, when the demon heart is crying and the blood is gushing bright, raise up your bat for the burning fight. Des has a bat when your hope is slowly dying and your future's lost its rights. I don't know what that's about. Maybe, I'm not going to get into that, but raise up your bat and face the fright. Let's knock him dead into the night. Bat, again. This is all Des. But then, come follow me into the dark, with your heart as the arc, which shall shine you the way. Them literally following the night in the dark, with the soul's light guiding them, following the night. This is Des and the night, because I'm with you in the dark, with your heart as my mark, which shall guide you the way through the waves. Because I'm with you in the dark, because the night is with them in the dark, and Des is with them in the dark. This, I just feel like Albert Einstein right now, because, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but this is just insane to me, okay? So, what have I written here? Anyways, I'll get into the conflicting voice on the phone stuff. Kris scheming and stuff. Well, first of all, at the end of chapter 3, we don't know what happened with this, but Kris was invited into the bunker, I believe, by the night. And something must have gone on then. I don't know who's on the phone. This is where I'm genuinely confused. But something's going to unconfuse me eventually, because then there's going to be, like, new chapters and everything. I don't know. I don't care. But anyways, this is just my theory for now. So, the code, I don't know if I said this already, but the code to the bunker is in Des's guitar. The night is hiding in the bunker. Des's guitar, code, night, bunker, Des, night. Anyways, so, the person on the phone was talking to Kris, like, they can't get Susie can't get the guitar, and then Susie got the guitar, and, then Kris tells the person, and the person's like, I'll be right there, or I'll deal with it, or something, I forgot. And then, this is really weird, because if it is the night, or if it's Carol, I don't know, a few minutes later, Carol arrives just after the person says, I'll be right there. And she arrives home from work early, so she's not just driving because she has to, she's coming home early. And then she sees Noelle and Susie with the guitar, and angrily takes the guitar from Susie and tells her to leave, and has this big argument and stuff. And then is really weird, like, saying Kris is always welcome there, evilly and weird and stuff. But yeah, of course, this is a mother reacting to an unknown teenager touching her missing daughter's belongings that she found in a room where guests weren't allowed to enter. Yes, I just read that out completely, just reading it out from my notes. But anyways, however, I don't know, was the knight on the phone, was Carol? Or is Carol the knight? Anyways, I don't know. I don't think Carol's the knight. I think Des is the knight, but something weird is going on. But also, people argue that Carol can't be the knight because the knight was creating a dark fountain at the church when this was happening. And while Carol was arguing with Noelle, or talking to Noelle, or whatever happened, Kris and Susie entered the dark world to see the knight was already there. It doesn't add up at all. Let me see, what else? Wait. Anyways, years ago, before everything happened, like the divorce and like the missing child and everything, the Holiday and Dreamer family were very close. Like, they had the Christmases together and stuff, all the tenor stuff. It just makes me sad. Anyways, yeah. In the night fight, wait. Anyways, because of all this, Kris and Des were obviously childhood friends and very close. In the night fight, the knight absolutely, like, obliterates Susie and Rouse, but refuses to do too much damage to Kris, or, like, you know, and then Kris refuses to do too much damage to the knight. So they must know each other and care about each other somehow, right? Maybe. And at the end, the knight puts their sword near Kris, an emotion that looks like similar to, like, knighting them. Well, I don't know how all this works. I'm just going off with what I've heard, you know. I might be completely wrong. But, yeah, so there's obviously some relationship there, and the fact that the knight let Kris into the bunker, and whoever's on the phone is on the phone, you know. Yeah. So, let me see what else I have to say, because I'm, like, switching back and forth between the bottom and the top and the middle of my notes. I don't know what I've said and what I haven't said. Oh my goodness, this is so long already, but, let's see. Anyways, another thing, the knight's battle is scarily similar, like, visually, and, like, the song is scarily similar to Azrael and Undertale's final boss battle, you know? Like, if you just look at them both side by side, they look really, 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 really similar. And I'll also add, I don't know if I've said this already, but Black Knife, the song, I think has elements of the Lost Girl theme in it, another Des thing, and Azrael and Des are implied to have been very close, again, childhood friends, maybe in a relationship, I don't know what was going on with them, but Azrael's belongings were in her bedroom, like, I don't know, his mouth guard thingy or whatever, I don't know, and his shirt was in her closet, and yeah, they were clearly very close, and their battles look very similar. So, again, Knight, Des, and the Knight has no dialogue, I believe, but, like, they are very, like, sassy, and, like, everyone's, like, talking about them aura farming or whatever, because they're, like, so, like, cool and whatever. And Des was, like, punk and chaotic and, you know, chased Kris with a bat. And I just don't think Carol would be as sassy and cool as the Knight, you know? Like, she's not slaying like that. She's just, like, a cold, boring, strict mother, you know? Like, she's not like the Knight. They don't have the same personality. Like, just, they don't. Or maybe we've barely seen any of the Knight already, but, you know, in my opinion, they do not have the same personality. So that's another reason why I don't think it's Carol, and I think it's Des. And, wait, I just had another thing that I remembered, but I don't think it's in my notes, so I'm going to go do some more research and come back. Okay, I'm trying this for the last time. I have tried for so long to record an ending to this video, and I think I broke voice memos on my iPad because it's just not working. I'm so lucky to say that I have saved all this recording to my files so I can put it on CapCut, because it's just insane. Because I think I broke it because it was like 19 minutes long, and now it's going to be even longer because I'm talking even more. I'm yapping even more. But like, yeah. The thing is, what was I saying? So, I wanted to tell you about one other thing, but I think I just made it up in like a dream or something because I can't find any information anywhere when I try to research it, so I'm just not going to bother with that. But yeah, I'm actually going insane over Deltarune. I can't stop thinking about it. Can't stop thinking about the Roaring Night. Can't stop thinking about Des or Deltarune or anything. Literally obsessed, and I'm going insane. Someone please help me. To go to sleep every night, I have to think about Deltarune, otherwise I can't sleep. It's literally getting to my brain, and I need help. Like, I really need help. But, yeah, I'm so glad that I didn't, like, kill the recording because I wasted so much time on it. And I know no one's going to watch this, but if you do, I really wish I could give you $1 million because thank you so much. Like, you just sat through, like, 20 minutes of me being boring and making no sense. So thank you. So I wish I was Elon Musk so I could give you a bunch of dollars, but I'm not, sadly. I'm really poor. But, yeah. So, yeah. I don't know what to say now. Bye! Have fun! Hope you somehow get the minutes of life that you wasted back one day watching this video. Bye! Have fun. Bye.